My name is John Keegan, and I've been in Yuma since 1930. I was 2 years old when my folks moved here, and we were Catholics, and so the only church available was IC Church downtown. I made my first communion here, and I have a certificate that was signed by Father Valet, that was the pastor at the time. Our priests were Claretian missionary fathers at the time, and they served us for about 3 years, and then they would go back, and then they could come back again. I was married in this church, my wife Maureen and I, in 1951. I got a picture here. I show it. Yeah, there's a picture of our wedding. And we were married in 1951 here at this church. And our two oldest children are baptized here in this church. When I came home from Korea, we had moved, and we were not living in the parish district, so we went to St. Francis for a while. I can remember when Father Peter was the pastor of IC, and Bishop Girk asked him to buy 10 acres to establish a new church. And Father Peter said, "What are you going to do? Have two poor churches or one rich one?" And anyway, that's when IC bought that piece of ground up there and for the bishop, and they formed up St. Francis Church. And like I said, when I came home from Korea, we had moved. Our house was closer to St. Francis, so we went to St. Francis Church for a while. But eventually, some of our children were baptized there and stuff. But down the road, different things happened that it didn't feel like home. It didn't feel the same. So Maureen and I met with Monsignor, and we transferred down back to our home here at the IC. And we were fortunate enough to be able to serve as Eucharistic ministers at 7 o'clock Mass on Sundays until she got the dementia and wasn't able to. I was still doing it up until the coronavirus hit, and I haven't been able to get back into that. And I've been servicing the people at the Haven Health Ministry. I would take communion to them Mondays through Saturdays. Sundays I wouldn't, because they would always have a deacon from around the area that would come and have a religious service and give communion out. So I bowed out on Sundays. But I was there, and our youngest daughter is there with MS right now. But when we came back, Monsignor got myself onto the finance committee, and I served on the finance committee for years. Then when the church was having all that problem with priests and all, and people suing the church and stuff, he asked Maureen to be on the committee that met with the bishop every month, reviewing the cases. So I would drive her down there every month, and she'd meet with the bishop, and we'd go to Mass there at the cathedral. And then after Mass, she'd go to her meetings, and then about noon, their meetings were over, and we'd drive back from Yuma. And we did that for over 3 years until she got to where she wasn't comfortable doing it anymore. So she asked Monsignor to assign someone else at that time, and I forget who. Another lady was picked up by Monsignor to cover that. But then they eventually got it down to where they were only meeting once every 3 months on that committee. But this has been my home. I'm comfortable here now, and I don't go to confession on the car deal. I make an appointment with Father Timothy, and I come here and meet in his office once a month, and we have confession there. And now that the virus thing has been changed, the procedures are changed, and we can go to daily mass again. I come to daily mass every day and pray for our family and children and for the church and for peace in the world. And I have that crazy song running through my head, "Let there be peace in the world and let it begin with me." And if I had the authority to do it, I'd get it on every radio, every TV station, and have it run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, till our country gets back to being the loving, caring peoples that we normally are. And that's what I like about IC Church, is the camaraderie, the friendship, the people. Up until the virus hit, I spent about much time right after Mass greeting and meeting with people and talking with them and enjoying. I said that's why I feel more comfortable here, and this is my home. And Father, Pastor Father Manuel, does a great job. A very religious man, and everything he does and all comes from his heart, and I just feel more comfortable here. So that's in my way. And I invite anyone that's looking for a place to feel friendship and wanted and welcomed, like we get many, well, we have in the past, get many winter visitors coming down from Canada and Washington and back east. And I noticed here just the other day, we have one couple that is back from, I think, Illinois someplace. I think that's their license, a man and a woman. They've been coming here, and they go to daily Mass and Sunday Mass, of course. And they usually stay till sometime in the middle of May before they head back to their house. But that's basically my thoughts and concerns and wishes for our parish. And thank you.